Hello? Is anybody there? Just wait a second for a couple people to get on. Trying to figure out how to turn this around so you won't be backwards. Everybody here? I see somebody's watching. All right, so we're going to get started tonight. We're going to make this cute craft tonight. It's actually going to look kind of like this. This is mine. It's a little different than how you might want to do it. You might want to put your bow in the middle or onto the side, but it's going to look like this when we get finished. So this is the Turquoise Valentine, and my name is Lee, and this is my first time doing a live, so I'm kind of nervous and scared about it. So just bear with me. Never done this before, so it's new territory. So here we go. So everybody always asks me, how do you do your crafts? Oh, I can't do that. I'm not crafty like you are. Yes, you can. And you can do it for, a lot of money. You can go to the Dollar Tree. You can get stuff at Walmart. It's not expensive to craft. You can do it totally on a budget, and it's not, let that be intimidated. You don't have to have fancy supplies. You don't have to have any kind of fancy things to do crafting with. Dollar Tree has lots of things, so that's what we're going to use tonight. We're going to use some stuff from the Dollar Tree and a couple of things from Walmart. So if you want to hang on and watch, we're fixing to do a craft. So here we go. So you're going to need one of these frames from the Dollar Tree. It is just a little 5x7 little easel back little picture frame. So this is what we're going to use for this. And like I said, this is what it's going to look like. If you're just now getting on, this is what it looks like when we get finished. So we're going to use this frame. We're also going to use these little wooden bunnies from the Dollar Tree. There's a little pack of 5. We're just going to use one. So we're going to use that. We're going to use some of these big jumbo craft sticks from Walmart. They're like, I think, $2.87, maybe. And they're in the crafting aisle. They're really big, as you can see. I think maybe they're about 7.5 inches long. So there's different sizes, but these are the 7.5. These are the biggest ones that they have. So you're going to need some of these. We're going to use, I think, 7. So we're going to use those. We're going to use various types of ribbon. And I've already kind of pre-cut it, so I won't be wasting your time like cutting ribbon on camera. So there we go. And we're going to use some little embellishments and also some scrapbook paper, which I forgot. Let me grab it. So hang on just a second. I'm coming back. Don't leave. So we're going to use some scrapbook paper from Hobby Lobby. It looks like this. So, and some Mod Podge. You can get this at Dollar Tree as well. Some craft paint from Walmart, Joann's, wherever. It's not expensive. And just some regular paint brushes. These are little chippy brushes that you can get at Walmart and in the paint section. They're like 67 cents a piece or something like that. We're going to use that. An X-Acto knife. Some scissors. Different things like that. So we're going to get started. So like I said, this is my first time, so y'all bear with me. And doing this, I'm just jumping in and I'm just going to do it. So we're going to take the frame, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take off the easel back, but we're going to use this, so we're going to set it aside. And take the little paper out, and you can trash that. And also the glass, we're not using the glass. So that's going away. So, yeah, now you just have the frame, okay? So, we're going to take this frame, and if you choose to leave it just like it is, that's fine. This one kind of has like a little wood grain texture to it. I kind of like these frames. I bought a whole bunch when I saw them because I knew I was going to do something with them. So, this one just kind of has a wood grain, but any frame would work, really. So, we're going to take this. I'm going to use some of this Waverly white chalk paint. This is from Walmart. This is one of my favorite paints. It dries really fast. It's easy to work with. Now, I just love this paint. So we're going to take some of this paint, and I got my I get these little plates at the Dollar Tree. They're like 24 in a pack for $1. And so this is what I use to pour my paint on, and then I just trash it. So I got tired of washing out my paint pots out of my little plastic tray. So I'm just going to pour a little bit out. Excuse me, I got choked right before I came on, and now I got a frog in my throat. So you'll have to excuse me. But like I said, you know, there's not a lot of money into crafting. You don't have to spend a lot of money. You don't have to do a lot of, you know, spending a lot of money to do a lot of these crafts that you see people do. My husband's in here. He's changing the light color or changing in the view or something. So, I don't know. What are you doing, honey? So, anyway. So, he's changing something. So, anyway. Thank you. But anyway. So, I'm using this little chippy brush. Like I said, I got it at Walmart. In the paint section, really cheap, like 60s. It wasn't even $1. Just this little rough little brush, and I'm going to just dip some paint. And I'm just barely getting a little bit on the bristles, just like this. Okay, not a whole lot. And then I'm just kind of dabbing it out, the rest of it, to get some of it off. I don't want it just totally soaked with paint. So just kind of like a little dry brushing. Okay. So we're going to take our little frame. Are you adjusting it again, honey? So, anyway, he's trying to adjust my video. I don't know if you can't see what I'm doing, but I'm watching it right here. It looks fine. So anyway, so just barely get a little bit on bristles. Not even enough to soak it. It's just... Then I'm just going to take my frame, and I'm just going to kind of just drag it along my frame here. And you don't totally have to do this. If you want to leave the frame just like it is, it will be fine. I just kind of just brush lightly back and forth. I just want to get that little distressed look. And don't forget your edges. So I'm just trying to get a little distressed look on there. See how it's looking so far? And then I'm just going to like pat my brush in the paint a little bit like this. And then I'm just kind of tapping it out on the plate because I don't want it totally soaked. I just want the edges just to have a little bitty bit of paint. So then I'm just going to kind of dry brush this on. And just don't forget the edges. But like I said, if you want to leave the frame totally like it is, or you have a frame that you like, that'll work too. We didn't use the glass. We're not using the paper. So I'm just kind of brushing the edges a little bit. And you just kind of distress it to your liking, how much distressing you want. Some people don't like distressing, some people do. I like it to be distressed and worn looking. So, however you want to do it, it's fine with me. It's fine with you, whatever. It's going to be in your home, so you got to like it. So, here's my frame. Like I said, this Waverly white chalk paint from Walmart. You can see it. It's, in the craft aisle. It dries really fast. So I'm going to set this over here to the side, and I'm going to let it dry. And in the meantime, we're going to start working on our craft sticks. Like I said, these are from Walmart, like $2.87 for a pack, and you get 45 in the pack. So these go a long way. So we're going to use 7 of these. Oops. So use 7 of them. And what I want to do is, instead of the glass, we're going to have this wood in the frame, and we're going to actually stain the wood. Okay, so we just need enough to cover it. So I want my sticks to go down to kind of look sort of like shiplap, I guess you could say. And then some people, I've done some, I think this one is up and down. See how the lines are going up and down, the sticks? I'm going to actually do it sideways this time. I'm going to do them this way instead of up and down. So we're going to do that, okay? So I'm going to take my craft sticks, and I've got some brown paint here. This is Deco Art Americana. It's burnt umber, traditional burnt umber. And I'm going to put a little bit on my plate here, not with my white. But I'm going to put a little bit on the plate, just a little bit, because it doesn't take much. So I got a little bit of paint. And then I'm going to take this brush. Doesn't matter what kind of brush, just any paint brush, whatever you like. But I'm going to dip it in my water over here. I got some water here. I'm going to dip it in the water. Get my brush wet. And then I'm going to tap some of the water out on my plate. Okay? And then I'm just going to drag a little of that paint into my water so it kind of waters the paint down just a little bit. Okay? So this is going to make our stain. Whereas if we were to use real stain, it would take, you know, a day or so to dry. But you get the same look with this without using real stain. So this is just some craft paint from Walmart, Apple Barrel, craft paint works good, whatever color you want. That's what color you can stain popsicle sticks, okay? So here's, I'm just going to kind of brush it on like this. And as you see, it's kind of making a little stain look, okay? So if you want it to be a little darker, drag a little more of that brown paint into the water and just kind of brush it on. And be sure I get my edges. And when I first made these frames, I was doing the backside. But you really don't need the backside because we're not going to see the backside, okay? So I go all the way down to the tip, but we're going to cut those round ends off so they really don't matter. So I'm going to put these aside, and I have a little fan over here that I use on my craft desk, and I just kind of lean them up and let them sit there under my little fan and dry, okay? And they dry pretty fast. So I'm just going to continue on painting these. I hope everybody's had a good Monday today. I was off. Thank you to my clinic for being off today. So our boss lets us have off. He says, well, people have to take off with their kids on holidays when the school's out. So he's nice enough to let us off, and I really, really appreciate that because it's nice to have not have to go to work on a Monday. Okay, so there's our second stick, okay? And I need a little more paint, so I probably didn't tell you to put enough paint out, but you can always add more. Can't put it back in the bottle, but you can always add more. So like I said, and then I'm going to dip my brush in the water, get a little more water, and kind of mix it in with my paint. See, I've got this nice little muddy little puddle going. And so, like again, I'm just going to brush that on just like I'm staining. I get messy when I craft, so I usually don't wear good clothes to craft in. I'm usually in here in some raggedy t-shirt or something, but I'm trying not to get it on me. So, so there's another one. Sorry if I'm not getting to see all your comments. I'm trying to paint and I'm nervous, and so just bear with me. I have to get used to all that. But I'm trying. I just jumped in here and did it tonight. I was been saying I was going to go live, and I haven't. But like I said, just jump in there and do it. You don't have to be talented or crafty and, you know, that kind of thing. You can just, like me, you can watch me do something and go, hey, I can do that. And it ends up being some cute decor in your house. And the next thing you know, you've got aunts and uncles and sisters and everybody saying, hey, can you make me one of those? That's so cute. And all that jazz. And the next thing you know, you're a crafter. It doesn't take a lot of talent. You can watch videos, watch people, all kinds of stuff. It's really not difficult. So don't talk yourself and tell yourself that lie that crafting's hard, because it's really not. It's fun. It's how I de-stress. This is my happy room in here. My husband was nice enough to let me take over a room when we bought this house back in May. And so I have my own little she shed, you could say. So here I am still staining these little sticks. And like I said, if you want it darker, add a little more paint to your brush. And then add the water. So more paint. Whoop, my sticks are falling. So I'm just kind of brushing this on and talking to you guys. Actually, there's nobody in here, but I'm talking to all of you. So I hope y'all can hear me good. Like I said, this is my first time doing this, and kind of nervous, but the nervousness is wearing off. So one more, and then we're gonna get to it. Sorry if I'm boring y'all by painting wood sticks, but so I hope everybody's Monday was good. Mine was. I had to go to my booth. I have a vendor booth at in another town that's by my town, and I had to go fix the lights in there, put us up, me and one of my friends, some lights up in the ceiling, so I did that today. I got something accomplished anyway. I just didn't sit around in my pajamas all day. Okay, so I got my sticks painted, and they all wanted to fall over here. Hang on, I gotta fix a couple. Maybe I just lay them all out and they'll be fine. I was worried when I did this live. I was like, well, I hope I'm not going to sit there and stick my tongue out when I'm painting, because I do that sometimes. So if I do, y'all just ignore me. I'm concentrating really hard. So I got all my sticks laid out. They kind of made a little avalanche over here and fell. So I'm having to do this. Now sometimes when you are painting these sticks, they kind of want to bow a little bit. Because I'm adding a little water to them, but that's not a big deal. With this craft, it's not going to be a big deal. So don't worry about that if yours do that. That's just, I guess, because it's wood and you're adding water and all that stuff. Okay, so I'm through with that part. So while those are drying, I got to clean up my little space so I won't get brown paint everywhere. Put that somewhere. Okay. So now, we're going to deal with our little bunny guy, okay? So you can either face him this way, or you can turn him and face him this way. It's whatever your preference is. But we're going to cover him with this cool paper from Hobby Lobby. You can use whatever print you want. Doesn't matter. You can use pastel colors, flowers. You could just paint him solid if you wanted to. He does have a little hole in the top. But a trick that I do is I fill up that little hole with some hot glue, and then I just kind of smooth it out with my finger, and then I just paint over whatever it is, and it doesn't show quite as bad. But if you want to paint him a pastel color or whatever color you wanted, you could do that too. But we're going to do scrapbook paper. So what I'm going to do is take my scrapbook paper, I'm going to turn it face down, and take my bunny. So I think I'm going to put my bunny facing this way. No, facing this way. Okay, so whatever side you want to do, whatever side you want to go in, that's the side you're actually going to paint and put down on the paper. Well, you're going to put Mod Podge. I'm sorry, you're not going to paint. So this Mod Podge is from Dollar Tree. You can buy it at Hobby Lobby, you can buy it at Michael's, Joann's, Walmart has it. This little bitty bottle is $1 at Dollar Tree. Like I said, it's not expensive to be crafty, okay? Let me get my paint thing back out over here. Okay, so I'm just going to take him, whoops, and I'm going to put out a little bit of Mod Podge on my plate. Mod Podge, Carol, is Mod Podge, or is it Mod Podge? Me and my best friend, we've always called it Mod Podge. It's Mod Podge, but whatever, we'll call it whatever we want to. So I got this other little paintbrush, just a little flat brush. You can use whatever kind of brush you want, doesn't matter. Sponge brush, doesn't matter. Gonna get some Mod Podge on my brush, and I'm just gonna paint the front side of my bunny, and I wanna kind of get a good coat on there, because this stuff does dry fast, and I'll be halfway through with my bunny, and up here is already dried, and so I kind of have to move a little quick sometimes. So just painting my little bunny here. Just kind of give him a good coat, and be sure to get around the edges really, really good, because you don't want the paper lifting up off of him. Okay. So I'm just gonna give him a good coat of my Mod Podge. Not worried about the hole, because we're gonna cover it up with paper. Be fine. But like I said, anybody could do this. You could do this with your kids. Anybody can do this. It's not difficult, and it's just a matter of steps. And so it's not hard. but it's my relaxation. This is my happy room, like I said, and I come in here and I create all kinds of stuff. And you know, that's my husband. I'm staying here all day and not talk to a soul and watch my TV and craft away. And I do that a lot. So, got a good coat on him. Like I said, you want to get not too thick where it's running off, but you want to get a good coat because, like I said, this stuff dries fast. Okay, so I got my Mod Podge on there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put him down on my paper. I don't want to put him over here kind of to the edge because I don't want to waste all this paper by putting him in the center. So I'm going to put it kind of close to the edge because we're going to cut him out, okay? So I put him down on my paper and I'm just going to kind of press, get him on there good. Then I'm going to flip it over and I am going to just kind of smooth it out. But like I said, if you get too much Mod Podge on there, you will, it'll be kind of gooey and glumpy under there, and then you'll get bubbles. So just kind of do a thin coat, but not thin enough to where it's oozing out the sides, okay? But you don't want it thin enough to where it's going to dry so fast that the wood doesn't actually adhere to the paper, okay? So I'm just kind of smoothing him out a little bit, all right? So then we're going to turn him over, and there he is. He's stuck on the paper, okay? And I'm going to take my X-Acto knife. If you want to cut him out with scissors, it's probably going to be kind of hard. I have this protective mat. It's like a cooking cut mat. This one came from IKEA. I use this a lot. It keeps me from cutting my table. So I'm going to take my X-Acto knife, and I'm just going to go around the shape of the bunny. And like I said, I got my protective mat under here, so I'm not cutting my tabletop. And I'm just going to kind of trim around. And I have seen some people where they sand off the paper. Strictly up to you. If you want to do that or try it, you can. I just found this way works best for me. Just try not to cut myself. Could explain to the people at the emergency room, hey, I had to come to the emergency room because I cut myself while I was crafting. People will be wondering what kind of crafting I'm doing. I was cutting out a little Easter bunny and I cut myself. So anyway, so I'm just going around his little ears. Just going around. And I see where a little bit of Mod Podge oozed out, but it's okay. I just don't want you to get it soupy and have it all running out of the edges and you don't have a big mess. So just a little bit when you put it on there, okay? And like this paper is like 25 cents a sheet at Hobby Lobby. It's not expensive. Like I said, you don't have to go out and buy all this elaborate stuff to do crafting with. Some people have a Cricut. I have a Cricut. I've used a Cricut. But they can get kind of expensive, and you don't have to have all that fancy stuff to do crafts. Like I said, Dollar Tree, there's people that use all kinds of stuff in Dollar Tree, and it's just crazy and amazing at the things they do, okay? So here's my bunny, and like I said, I've cut him out, but there's some places I'll have to go back and kind of use my knife again to get him loose. But for the most part, I'm going to have to go cut that one more time. Okay, let's get him loose. He's not wanting to come loose. There. Here we go. There he is. See? He's all cute. I'm going to have to go fix him a little bit, though, because I've got a couple little straggler pieces that's kind of wanting to act up. Okay. One of my little pieces of paper the edge of his ear wanted to kind of tear, so I'm just going to put some Mod Podge and smooth it back down. It'll be just fine. So there he is. It's all buffalo plaid, buffalo check. I love it. It's all the rage right now, and I absolutely love it. Like right here, this little piece right here, I didn't get enough glue under there, So I'm just gonna take a little bit on my finger, which my brush is already in the water. I'd use my brush, and I'm just gonna put some there, and I'm just gonna smooth him back down. So he's good. So there he is, okay? Now we're gonna put him to the side, and we're gonna deal with our little sticks, okay? So I'm putting him over here, and he's gonna dry. Mod Podge dries really quick. Of course, under the paper, it takes a little bit longer. Okay, so all our sticks are dry. So I got them all right here. See, they're all nice and wood stained. I have done some where I painted them white so it would look like shiplap. You could do that too. It would look really cute. So, okay. So here's our frame. It's all dry, nice and dry. Chalk paint dries really fast. Got this. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put that down. See where you can see it. Then I'm going to take I got this old pair of cheap scissors. They're really dull. This is what I'm going to use to actually cut these sticks. I don't cut them with a saw or anything like that. I'm just going to cut them with plain scissors, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to where the rounding part stops, and I'm just going to take my scissors and I'm just going to cut that end off, okay? So now I have that. You know, it's kind of a little crooked, but it's okay. It'll be fine, okay? So now I'm going to take it and I'm going to put it in my frame, and I'm just going to kind of see where I need to cut the other part of the stick off so it'll fit in the frame. So I'm just going to kind of put my finger there and see where it needs to go, and then I'm going to just cut. Okay, so there it is. Okay, so that's our first one. And I'm going to do all of them exactly this way. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of go fast because I know y'all don't want to sit here all night and watch me cut big popsicle sticks. So I hope some of y'all try this. Here is this next one. So, and I got a little, if y'all can see my little sign right here. I can't say that S word on Facebook. They won't let me. So if you could just please do that, I would appreciate it. So I'm just, like I said, it takes a little bit to kind of cut through these, but it works. It's better than using a saw and cutting your finger off. So just cutting the ends off and just measuring to see how long I need to make them, and then just cutting wood with scissors. Okay. It's pretty easy. There's another one. Y'all all right out there? Here, if y'all are just hopping on, this is kind of what we're making right here. So if you're just now getting on, you can see what we're doing, or what I'm doing. Right now I'm just cutting my little sticks. So, cutting them. I promise you, if I can do this, anybody can do it, y'all. It's not hard. And like I said, you can get supplies for inexpensive, okay? So here's that stick, and this is the last one. And I was lucky because they all fit, and I didn't have to split one down the middle. But that's not hard either. You can cut it. If it doesn't fit, you can just cut it this way, and it will split pretty easy because it's just really thin wood, okay? All right. So I got all my things in there. So we can do this two ways, okay? So I've got them all in there. Of course, the front side is in there like this, okay? So we could do it two ways. I have glued each one of them in individually by putting glue on each side and then putting the stick down. But I think tonight we're going to try it without doing that, okay? So I'm just going to put that down. Here's our little easel back that we took off the frame. Glass is gone out of the frame. That's not there anymore. So I'm just going to put my easel thing back into the frame. Okay, so there it is. So it looks like little wood planks, okay? And I may have to go back and glue them. because they're kind of wanting to move around. So let me go back and glue them. Sorry. I was trying not to take that much time, but it's okay. Alright, so my glue gun, and I'm just going to put some glue, and y'all see? Just going to put some glue here, and some glue over here. And then I'm just going to put it down, and just kind of stick it down. Just glue on each side. Only problem with this is though you have all those little glue gun strings everywhere, so put it here and then on this side too. And y'all can message me, you can ask questions on here. I'll go back and, you know, answer your questions if you have any questions. Like I said, we're just starting with the Dollar Tree frame. These big jumbo popsicle sticks from Walmart. Just a little paint and some water to kind of stain them. The little bunnies from the Dollar Tree. The thing about the Dollar Tree is if you see it, you got to get it when you can because it'll be gone. Because there's a lot of people now that's doing a lot of crafts with Dollar Tree things. I love the Dollar Tree. I've always loved the Dollar Tree. But a lot of people don't give them enough credit. But I love stuff they have, especially for crafters. It's great. And then some stores now have the Crafter Square where they have all these fantastic craft items to craft with. I'll be showing you one of those in just a minute that I found. So this is my last one. Okay. Okay. So now they're all in there. But I got all these little stringies on the front, so I have to kind of get rid of them. Okay. So yeah, there's little gaps in between them, but it's fine, okay? Because once you put the back into the frame, those little cracks between the little pieces of wood are not gonna show, okay? So here they are. They're all in there, and so I'm gonna put my back on. And then I'm going to put my those little metal things down, okay? So now we have a little frame, okay? Almost there. All right, so now back to my bunny, okay? I'm actually going to take some twine. I didn't tell you that in the beginning, but I kind of thought about that about halfway through. So going to take some just regular jute twine. They have this at Dollar Tree as well. I got mine off Amazon because lately I can't find it at the Dollar Tree. I'm going to take like 3 fingers and I'm just going to wrap around my fingers bunches of times like this. Okay? Just, I don't know, 10 or 12 times, however, whatever floats your boat. And then I'm going to pull it off my fingers and I have this, okay? So and then I'm going to squish it down like this. And then I'm going to take another piece of the jute and a piece like this, and I'm just going to tie in the middle, just like a knot, just tie a knot in the middle. So I'm going to make him a little bow to go on his neck, so he won't look so blah. Okay. You know, it's all about the details. Okay. So then I'm just going to, see I got this tie in the middle, and I'm just going to kind of spread it out like this. So I'll make him a cute little bow to go on his neck. Okay, there's that. But before I put the bow on, I'm going to show y'all a little secret. So I have this little ink pad right here, okay? This came from Hobby Lobby, I think, maybe in a pack of different colors or something, I don't know. Anyway, it's black. So, and you can buy ink pads at the Dollar Tree if you want to, okay? I just happen to have these already and didn't need to buy some. But here's my little ink pad, and here's my bunny. So I am going to just take him, and I'm just going to rough around the edges. You could probably do this with a kind of a dry brushing paint technique. You could try that. I haven't tried it, but I'm just kind of going around the edges just kind of accent him a little bit. Make him look a little aged and kind of outline him, make him more defined looking, I guess you would say. Kind of hard to get between his ears though. That little piece of paper. There it goes. Okay. So I'm going to show y'all what he looks like. Okay. So there he is. Can you see him? He's kind of more outlined and he looks more, kind of pops out a little better, okay? I'm going to put my paint pad back up. Got it on my stuff. Okay, so there he is. So now all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little bow that I made for him. Whoops. Pulling all the loops all different ways. Okay, there it is. See it? So I'm just going to take a little dot of hot glue on the back where my little knot is. Okay? And then I'm just going to kind of stick it to his neck. And just kind of fluff my little bow to how I like it. Okay, there he is. Isn't he cute? See, it just gives him a little something. So there he is, okay? So now, I got my frame, and I got my bunny. There he is. So, I'm going to take him, and I'm going to glue him down. And this is where I'm going to give you a little extra tip if you want to do this. You could absolutely, you could glue him down to this frame and he would be permanent, okay? But here's what I did to my personal one, okay? So here's my personal one that's in my home right now. I used Velcro dots from the Dollar Tree, okay? There's a dot here, and they do sell them. They're like these little dot things, and they're Velcro, okay? So I can take this off and use another shape for another holiday, okay? So for instance, this was my Valentine's one, and it just sticks right on there like that, okay? So at Christmas, I can make a Christmas tree, and all I gotta do is pop it on there, just like that, okay? Christmas, 4th of July, you could do pumpkin for Halloween, whatever. You could do any holiday, any shape you want to. So that's the way that you can customize this if you want to. So see, there's my bunny with my little dot on there, if y'all can see that from my light shining so bright. And so I just stick him on there, just like that. And they do sell those at the Dollar Tree if you're lucky enough to find them. But if not, they're in the craft section at the Dollar Tree, and they also have them, I saw them today, in the automotive part, and they're squares, okay? Yes, Brenda, I could do a raccoon one. Brenda loves raccoons. I see what you're saying. So anyway, so you could do whatever, okay? Then I'll tell you something else I did with my own personal one is I did the same thing to the bow. See my little dot on there? And I just stick it on. So when Christmas comes, pop that off, and I'll just put a Christmas bow on there. I'll make a Christmas one with a little red and whatever in it, okay? Or you could do Halloween colors. You could do whatever. You could change this for any season you want, any colors. If you got tired of this bow, just make another bow and stick it on there. So it's kind of versatile of how you can change this up if you want to. Anyway, so back to what we were getting at. I was just trying to give you another idea of how to make this more versatile for holidays and different kinds of things, okay? Alright, so I got my bunny, but I am going to glue this one down just because y'all are watching, so we'll glue this down, okay? So I'm just going to take my bunny, and I'm just going to load him up with hot glue. Try not to burn yourself, because it does hurt, causes blisters. Okay, so I got him loaded up with glue. And then I'm an eyeballer. I just kind of put him where I think the center is. Makes my husband cringe because he has to have exact measurements of where it goes. And then I'm just going to kind of press him down and hold him for just a minute. So, are y'all getting this so far? I hope so. Like I said, this is my first time doing a live, and it's not so bad once I got started, but But you know, everybody always says, oh, how did you make that? Or how did you do that? Or, oh, that's so cute. I wish I could do that. You can do this. This is not hard. It's just sitting down and taking the time to, you know, to do something and do something for yourself. Okay. So this is my stress relief, like I said. So there he is. He's all glued on. Okay. So now we'll put it to the side. We're going to work on that bow. Okay. So I've already pre-cut all the ribbon. I just have different ribbons that I've collected over over time at Christmas or when they're half off or whatever. Like this is from Hobby Lobby. This was in the, I think the Christmas ribbon. So I got it when it was on sale. They put their ribbon on sale like every other week or something, and when it's half off, just buy it when it's half off. Tip for you if you're just now starting to collect ribbon is this is a hair tie, elastic hair tie for ponytails. Okay, so I take them, Dollar Tree, I buy a whole pack. Where's my pack? I buy a whole pack of them at the Dollar Tree for $1, and you get like 20 or 25. And so I take these, and I'll just put them around my little roll so it won't come all undone. Great tip. I do use straight pins on some of them, but some rolls are too big for the hair ties, so I just use a straight pin, just so it won't come all undone and unraveled. But like I said, these are just ribbon that I've collected over time, just different kinds. I'm kind of ribbon fanatic. I have some lace here. I think I got this at a garage sale. It looks like it was in Mama's old sewing basket or something. Looks a little aged. And then this was the Christmas at Hobby Lobby. So, like I said, I just have a bunch. And I just pick what colors I want to do, okay? So, I cut like this side. I didn't even measure. Like I said, I'm an eyeballer. I just kind of eyeball it. And these are about 7.5 inches long, okay? But like I said, I just pull it out and cut it. I'm not exact with stuff. So I'm going to lay it out like this. I'm hoping y'all can see. And make an X like this. And I saw this from another lady that does crafts online. So this is her bow. Her name's Brooke. She has a page and she does all kinds of stuff called Refabbed. But anyway, so I'm just going to kind of lay out my ribbon how I want it. Just no rhyme or reason. I don't have to be exact. Just kind of put one here. Just making an X, but making like a little pile, okay? So I'm just, however you want to lay them on there. Some of them are cut shorter than others, just so when I fluff it all out, it'll kind of look, you know, have a little dimension to it. They all won't be the same length. So I even have some of this funny little trim with pom-poms on it. I just like a variety of different trims and things like that. Well, like I said, I just kind of lay them down here, no rhyme or reason. This is the part where I get fumble fingers because I have to hold this and do all this and, and try to flip it and try to not to get it all messed up. Okay, so now I've got my little pile of my stuff. Okay, just kind of piled it all on there. All right, then I'm going to take a piece of jute. Like I said, I had earlier, you can get it at the Dollar Tree. You can get ribbon at the Dollar Tree too. They sell all kinds of ribbon for different seasons. Okay, take a little piece. I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to lay it onto my piece of jute, okay? So, here we go. And then I'm just going to kind of, like you're tying your shoes, I'm going to kind of make the first part of the knot and I'm just going to pull it really tight, okay? And then I'm going to tie it into a knot, okay? So then I have this. So then I'm just going to kind of work with it and fluff it all out. Kind of make it look like it's something. So just kind of fixing it and fluffing it, however you want to do it. Some of this is wired ribbon, some of it's not. Wired ribbon works good like for your background pieces, just because you can kind of bend it how you want it. Can y'all see that? So I got some little ribbon and some lace and just different kinds of ribbon in there. And then I will go back and probably cut off some of these because they're kind of look like stragglers, but I just kind of trim them up a little bit and give it a little haircut. Okay, so there is my little bow, okay? So now I'm going to take my frame back right here, and I'm going to put this one, we're going to put it in the center of it this time. Like, well, there we go. Like that, okay? So I'm going to glue it down. Like I said, if you wanted to do the Velcro, you could totally do that. Like I said, I already have one that's got Velcro, so I'm going to do them. I'm just going to glue this one down. So anyway, so here's the other one that I did with the Velcro. It's pretty neat. But it's just so many things you could do to this that should make it your own, or, you know, you can change it up, do what you want. I'm just here to kind of inspire you to do something on your own and give you an idea of how to do stuff and make it to fit your house or your mom or whoever's your friends. Very inexpensive craft, and also it is stress relieving. And you're like, oh, I made something. Oh my gosh, look at that. Okay, so here's my bow. Gonna put a little hot glue on the back. Alright, and then I'm going to just find my center. Like I said, I'm an eyeballer. Ouch! You burn yourself with the glue in front of everybody. But it's okay, because I'm sure anybody who crafts has burned themselves with the hot glue. I know Carol has. I know you're on here. I know you have. Okay. So then I'm just going to kind of flip it around and work with it and get all my stuffs going which ways I want. And there it is. Okay. We're not done, no. We're not done. Yeah, like I said, it's all in the details. Got to add a little detail to that bow. Okay. So then I have these little flower embellishments. I get these at Hobby Lobby. They're in the scrapbook section. So wait till it's half off and then get it. So these are like little burlap little flowers. And I have this one. And they're just different ones. They come on this card. They were $5.99 and I got 6 of them. And then of course half off. So it'd be $3. But you know, you're going to have a whole bunch of them. And that's how I build up a collection of stuff. I have a whole room full of stuff. But, you know, then I can just dig stuff out and say, oh, I have that. Or, oh, I have this. I can put that on there. So you, you know, you'll build up a stash in no time. But anyway, so, let's see. I think I'm gonna do this one. So, and again, I'm just going to get my glue gun. Try not to burn myself again. It hurts bad. Because this is a hot one. I don't know if you can see that smoking. It's actually smoking. Because mine's got a high and a low temp. And yes, I had burned myself so bad I had to go to the plastic surgeon. Like right here. Yes. Okay. Got my glue on there. And I'm just going to press it down again. Yeah, I was doing crafts at... actually, we were camping. And all the kids were doing crafts. And I was hot gluing something for them. And the glue dropped. And dropped right here on the side of my hand right here. And it's, when I say it burned through several layers of flesh. And it hurt really bad. So be careful, don't do that. So I'm just kind of fluffing and getting it to look halfway decent. Like I said, that wired ribbon that's got wire on the edges, you can kind of, you know, it'll stand up and do other, you know, kind of give it a little something. Okay. Alright, so here he is. He's all cute and ready to go for Easter. I know it's early, but like I said, if you don't get to Dollar Tree and get all your stuff, or, you know, Hobby Lobby, they'll sell out of it really quick. Hobby Lobby will be putting their stuff on half off pretty soon. So, you can go get stuff to make it, ribbon, whatever. And there is the little bunny. So, and like I said, this is the one that's got the Velcro. You could do that, and I'm sure they sell this at the Velcro at Hobby Lobby too, or any Walmart. I'm sure Walmart has it. But you know, you could do this, the Velcro, and change them out. Because here lately, Dollar Tree's been having these little packs of these little wood shapes. They have them for every season. They have egg ones right now too, and they have little baby chicks. So you could do a baby chick, or you could do an Easter egg and do some pastel colors and stick it in a frame, and you know, and make them for your whole family or all your friends. Like that. So here he is, guys. I think he's cute. I really like him. I hope y'all liked it, and I hope y'all had fun watching me. I hope you give it a try. Like I said, it's not expensive. Dollar Tree frame. You know, the wood sticks from Walmart, Dollar Tree bunny, jute, just some ribbon, and there he is. So thank y'all for coming on and watching me. I appreciate it. It was my very first live, so I was kind of nervous, but I'm not now, because I'm amongst friends and it's all good, and believe me, this is a little easier than I thought it was going to be, but I like teaching and I like crafting, so I don't know if I can teach kids, but I can teach like this kind of stuff, and I enjoy it, and I enjoy crafting, and I hope that maybe I inspire you to do the same. Come home from work when you've had a bad day, go in your little place and start making some stuff, and then you're like, look at what I made, look at what I made, it looks so cute. And then when people compliment you on your stuff, and you're like, oh, I made that, and you know, I took a Dollar Tree frame and made something fabulous out of it. So you know, it's not hard, and like I said, it's not expensive. So don't think that you've got to go have all these fancy craft supplies and stuff, because you don't. I recycle a lot of stuff too. I take containers and different things, and I make stuff with them. So, you know, start looking at things in a different way. But I hope you enjoyed it. I'm glad that you're on tonight and watched me. And if you will, my little sign right here, because I can't say that S word. So I would appreciate it, and I will see y'all again soon. Thank y'all for watching.